Fact 1. H&M actually stands for something. This is one of those interesting facts you've probably never even wondered about before. The clothing retail shop was originally called Hennes, Swedish for hers, before acquiring the hunting and fishing apparel brand Moritz Woodforce. Eventually, Hennes and Moritz was shortened to H&M. Fact 2. The U.S. government saved every public tweet from 2006 through 2017. Starting in 2018, the Library of Congress decided to keep tweets only on the very selective basis, including those dealing with elections and topics of national interest, like public policy. Fact 3. Theodore Roosevelt had a pet hyena. Its name was Bill, and it was a present from the Ethiopian emperor. Roosevelt was famous for his many pets, including a one-legged rooster, a badger, a pony, and a small bear. Fact 4. The CIA's headquarters has its own Starbucks, but baristas don't write names on the cups. Its receipts say store number 1 instead of Starbucks, and its workers have to undergo extensive background checks and need an escort to leave their work posts. Fact 5. Giraffe tongues can be 20 inches long. Their dark, bluish-black color is probably to prevent sunburn. Fact 6. There's only one U.S. state capital without a McDonald's. Montpelier, Vermont, doesn't have any of those golden arches. It also happens to have the smallest population of any state capital, with just over 8,000 residents. Fact 7. Europeans were scared of eating tomatoes when they were introduced. Scholars think Spanish conquistador Hernán Cortés brought the seeds from Mesoamerica to Europe in 1519 with the intent of the fruits being used ornamentally in gardens. By the 1700s, aristocrats started eating tomatoes, but they were convinced the fruits were poisonous because people would die after eating them. In reality, the acidity from the tomatoes brought out the lead in pewter plates, and they actually died of lead poisoning. Fact 8. Humans aren't the only animals that dream. Studies have indicated rats dream about getting to food or running through mazes. Most mammals go through REM sleep, the cycle in which dreams occur, so scientists think there's a good chance they all dream. Fact 9. The inventor of the microwave appliance received only $2 for his discovery. Percy Spencer was working as a researcher for the Raytheon Manufacturing Company when he noticed that radar sets emitting electromagnetic waves melted the candy bar in his pocket. He had the idea to make a metal box using microwaves to heat food, but the company was the one to file the patent for the invention in 1945. The patent was granted in 1950, and Spencer received a $2 bonus but never any royalties. Fact 10. The Eiffel Tower can grow taller during the summer. The high temperatures make the iron expand, adding a few millimeters to the famous structure's height. On the flip side, in the winter, the structure can contract and lose a few millimeters. Fact 11. Glitter was discovered by accident. A man by the name of Henry Rushman from Bernardsville, New Jersey, invented glitter by accident in 1934. Rushman, a machinist, invented a machine designed to cut plastic film at high speeds. The machine sometimes malfunctioned, producing tiny pieces of shiny material that sparkled when they reflected light. Rushman called these glittery bitch snibbles. He then went on to start a company called Meadowbrook Glitter, which is still in the business of making glitter today. Fact 12. Frankenstein's monster is a vegetarian. In Mary Shelley's classic novel Frankenstein, Victor Frankenstein's monster says, "My food is not that of man. I do not destroy the lamb and the kid to glut my appetite. Acorns and berries afford me sufficient nourishment." This is one of the interesting facts you should definitely share with your vegetarian friends. Fact 13. There are more than 1,000 poisonous marine animals. When we think of poisonous animals, we usually think of snakes or spiders. But although all spiders are venomous, fewer than 30 are actually dangerous to humans, and although there are about 600 venomous snakes, the biggest group of poisonous animals is found in the ocean. Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, you find out there are 1,200 poisonous marine creatures. Some of the most dangerous are pufferfish, lionfish, stonefish, and the Australian box jellyfish. Fact 14. Some sloths have more neck bones than giraffes. We know you love to look at adorable sloth pictures, but the next time you see one, consider this interesting fact. Despite the difference in neck length, there are more bones in the neck of a three-fingered sloth than a giraffe. There are 7 vertebrae in the neck of a giraffe, as in most mammals, but a three-fingered sloth can have 8 or 9. Fact 15. Bees can fly higher than Mount Everest. Bees can fly high as 30,000 feet above sea level, according to Discover magazine. That's higher than Mount Everest, the tallest mountain in the world, which is 29,029 feet above sea level. Fact 16. Ancient Egyptians used dead mice to ease toothaches. In ancient Egypt, people put a dead mouse in their mouth if they had a toothache, according to David Haviland's 2010 book Why You Should Store Your Farts in a Jar. Mice were also used as a warts remedy in Elizabethan England. After being cut in half, they'd be applied to the spot. Fact 17. Captain Crunch's full name is Horatio Magellan Crunch. According to PepsiCo, which owns Quaker Oats Company, the maker of Captain Crunch cereal, the beloved captain has a full name. Also, after being called out for having only the 3 bars of a Navy commander on his sleeves, Horatio held his ground on X, then Twitter, and yes, he has an official account, arguing that captaining the SS Guppy with his crew makes an official captain in any book. In May 2024, his uniform was finally corrected, and he now appears on cereal boxes with the proper 4 bars of a Navy captain. Fact 18. Paint used to be stored in pig bladders. The bladder would be sealed with a string and then pricked to get the paint out. This option wasn't the best because it would often break open. American painter John G. Rand was the innovator who, in the 19th century, made paint tubes from tin and screw caps. Fact 19. Humans have jumped farther than horses. The Guinness World Record for the longest human long jump is greater than the world record for longest horse long jump. Mike Powell set the record in the 1991 World Championships in Tokyo by jumping 8.95 meters, and the horse something set the record in 1975 by jumping 8.40 meters. Fact 20. The Terminator script was sold for $1. This flick isn't just known for its famous movie quotes. James Cameron, now the award-winning director of blockbusters like Titanic and Avatar, always went to extremes for his movies. In order to get his big break with The Terminator, he sold the script for $1 and the promise that he'd direct it.